Well, good morning. Only 5 days late.
Yeah, happy Friday instead of happy Monday.
Yeah, we had a big storm over the last weekend and Monday. Lost power, have some trees down, all kinds of excitement, but we're back.
Yeah, we worked from home Monday, and then we were preparing for another storm that was supposed to come Monday night, but luckily it was less severe than Sunday night. So yeah, that's why we're a few days late, but we have a really important subject that we wanted to dive into today. So even though it's August 1st, we're going to go back into our July theme of freedom.
Right. So social freedom today.
Mm-hmm.
Social freedom. What does that even mean? What are we talking about, social freedom?
Social freedom is, so we're going to talk about where we put our time, where we put our energy, and where we put our attention. And this is really looking at the relationship to relationships. So where do you put your time, energy, and attention when it comes to your relationships in your life?
Studies show that most of us, think about that for a minute, most of us spend 3 to 4 hours a day mindlessly scrolling on our phones. 3 to 4 hours.
And sorry, that doesn't count towards social relationships.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Mindless scrolling is not relationships,
actually.
Disconnection.
Yeah.
And so right there, bang, you just recovered 3 or 4 hours of your day. And, you know, the problem is we do this because we're so fried. We're just trying to escape for a minute. But imagine if we did something more intentional, more productive. And I don't mean, productive doesn't have to mean, oh, I got to get to work. It could be meditation. It could be a walk. It could be so many other things. And it could be getting together with actual human beings instead of watching some TikTok videos one after the other. So there's so many things we could do with that time. So
instead of mind numbing, these other things that he talked about are more like mental freedom.
Right.
So instead of numbing it, it's really about just finding freedom.
Yeah, I don't have time. Well,
I don't have the brain power.
I don't have the brain power. Well, you probably would if you didn't have 3 hours or 4 hours on your phone mindlessly scrolling and just those little dopamine hits. That's not rejuvenating you. That's just your little hits
Depleting.
of heroin.
Yeah.
Right?
It's actually more depleting.
Yeah.
And, numbing those sensors.
And
it is mind numbing.
I was doing it last night.
Yeah, he did it. Once in a while he'll be doing it and I'll be like, honey, what are you doing? And then he'll be like, I don't have the brain power to think about anything. I'm just doing nothing. And I was like, no, you're not doing anything. This is not a
nothing.
break for your brain.
Yeah.
And then he gets really happy with me when I do that.
Often. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do the same too. So we call each other out.
Yeah. It's important to have a accountability partner sometimes because
kind of
it's so
it is.
easy to
Gentle
fall
reminder.
into these traps. So what would be a way to sort of reclaim some of this social freedom?
So for me, and I think that other people can relate, that's why I'm going to share it. It's overcommitting. It's saying yes when I really feel like I probably should be saying no. And it's great to say yes. It's great to be involved. It's great to do things. But when you're doing them from a place of, if you're not filled up, if you're on empty and you're still giving, you're not giving your best effort anyway. So if you can pause before you say yes. So even if it's like, hold on, let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you. Then instead of in that moment, it's like, yes, of course I can, because I want to help. And I can definitely do that. And if you take a step back and really just think about it, think about your schedule, think about your priorities, what you want your calendar look like. Is this going to be, draining you further?
Yeah,
Tangent.
and so the problem often is we don't want to say no, so we try to make noise, and then people want. What happens is you try to say no by saying, well, this or that or the other thing, and then the person who wants the help, they will start trying to help you problem solve the reason why you're saying no. So you can't do that. You simply have to say, I'm sorry, no. Not
Or
even
let me
necessarily,
check my
I'm sorry.
calendar
Or
and get
let me
back
check
to
my
you.
calendar.
Yeah.
But that's not saying no. That's just delaying the response. But if you're going to say, let me check my calendar, then you need to get back to them with, my calendar's full.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, because maybe you will check your calendar and you'll feel more comfortable saying yes from that point
Right.
of, okay, I've looked at what I'm doing. I can do that, and that sounds great. Of course, if it's a definite no, then just go ahead and say what he said.
Yeah, and it's important, if you say, well, gee, I just can't because, if you say because, then people are going to help you solve that because problem. But the real answer is no. So just say no. And it's hard because nobody wants to say no.
Yeah.
But it's a
But
really
also,
important skill.
It is, because it's not good to give out of guilt either. If you're doing things out of guilt, that's not the right mindset to be in either. So.
Yeah. And yeah, none of us want to retreat into being monks, right? I mean, we have very busy lives. We're involved in a lot of stuff and blah, blah, blah. So it's not like we're saying say no to everything. No, we're saying find your core, right? We have a book entitled Find Your Core. Find your core and then do things that are aligned with your core and say no to other stuff. And other people will have other cores and they should say yes to other stuff. So it all gets done. But unfortunately, what happens, like churches are famous for this. Somebody is enthusiastic about church and they bring them in, they use them up, and they spit them out. And sorry if that sounds harsh, but that's what happens. And what we need to do is help people learn to self-regulate and to find their core, understand their values, and live in accordance with their values, and commit to things that are in accordance with their values. But you can't be all things to all people.
Yeah, living from that place of alignment and awareness really changes everything. I think it just, things feel right. You don't go about your day thinking something feels wrong or you're on the hamster wheel. It's living with intention. And these small changes, they don't have to be huge changes, but these small changes, they really do make a big difference, especially in how you feel and how you bring yourself forward and how you use your voice.
Yeah.
There's a flow to it. There's a natural flow in rhythm.
Right. Yeah.
And it's
so
freedom.
It's yeah, absolutely. And I didn't intend for this to be a plug for this book, but I think this is such an important topic. Going through the exercises of understanding your core beliefs and figuring out which of those core beliefs are limiting beliefs, and then reframing those limiting beliefs from I can't to I'm working on it, or some phrase, some version of that, and then finding those empowering beliefs and living into those empowering beliefs, and then from those beliefs finding values, and so on. That really helps align and focus your life so that you're not feeling like you need to commit to everything. And you're not, that way you can understand, if you look at people who really make a dent in the world, they're people who have focused and committed to a particular thing, right? And made it in alignment with some core belief they have. So being scattered and willy-nilly and overcommitted, what happens when you're overcommitted? You don't do the job that makes you proud of anything. Right? And then what does that do to your self-esteem? Yeah, been there, done that. What do you do? What does that do to your self-esteem? What does that do to your self-worth?
So your brain, to your heart, to your...
But our self-worth makes us say, I need to do more because I need to be more productive because I need to feel better about myself, and then it all collapses, and then you start over, and that's just this recurrent cycle instead of finding the freedom within your core values and beliefs and purpose and mission.
I've really tried to change that. I need to do more to I need to be more. I need to be more present. I need to be here. Just be.
Just be. Huh. That's part of a book we have. Just be
Just
well.
be well. That's your book.
We probably should have named Find Your Core Just Be.
Yeah.
Would have been a good name, but
Revision.
we didn't think of it.
Yeah.
Next revision.
Maybe next book.
Next book.
Concentrates more on that. But yeah, so actually, you mentioned the Find Your Core, and that was in our thoughts about this live today. But since you went to it, that's really the first main course in our community. It's sitting in there. It's ready to go. So yeah, that should be out within a week or so.
Yeah.
And it's a nice thing. Well, if you're in the community, we follow along with you. We do mini coaching sessions with it. So yeah, if it's something you're interested in, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We have a waiting list, and we're going to be launching the community.
I think in a week.
Yeah, probably have we'll launch it, get a few people in there, and then we'll have a grand opening with some kind. Everybody's into challenges these days, right? We're not into challenges. We're into experiences. So we'll have some kind of experience, and I'm thinking it might be our Rebalance to Heal program, and we'll do it as a live experience on our grand opening. So.
Yeah, and we have something also called a Freedom Experience that's kind of based off of the theme for the month of July, like a liberation experience. So that's going to be a short thing we do for a couple hours in there as well. Yeah,
so we got a lot planned, but this topic today, this idea of social freedom, really important, right? I mean, we've talked about several aspects of freedom. This is the last of the four, and social freedom. And if you think about reclaiming your authority, reclaiming your autonomy, reclaiming your sovereignty as a social being, that's what we're talking about. So our free course in our, where our community is a paid community, because we want it to be close-knit, we want committed people in there. But we have free courses outside of that paid community, and it's called Calm the Chaos. And the very first day is stop scrolling. Because guess what?
I set the limits on my phone. I have a 30-minute limit on all social apps. And that's all I get for the day. So a lot of that is directed at reaching out on here, seeing who's commented on videos. So it's not even mindless scrolling. Like that's my limit on my phone. Like if I'm on my computer and I'm purposefully doing something for our page and for our community, that is different. But no more mindless scrolling. I don't have time for it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
If I want to live in alignment with where I want to be and where I want to be right now, it's not mindlessly scrolling.
Right. That's absolutely right.
It's going to the specific page and seeing what activity they have on for the evening, because I do that with a lot of local venues, just to see what's going on around town and seeing who we want to visit.
Yeah, there's, not to vilify social media.
There's great uses for it. I use it all the time. I use it. It doesn't use me. It's like once you start scrolling, you've lost all control and you've given over to social media.
There's a reason that, casinos hire sociologists and psychologists, PhD level scientists, to figure out how to keep people in the building longer. And social media does the same exact thing. They have
there's a documentary.
Yeah.
What's that called?
I can't remember, but it's a frightening documentary. They have very specific protocols to ping a little bit of dopamine just so often to keep you hanging on. And so they're doing it to you on purpose. So when you think you're just mindlessly scrolling, same thing, right? You're not doing that. It's being done to you.
Yeah.
And I think that was a beautiful statement.
And it's just, my app is, so we used my phone today for this live. My app is warning me that I have a few minutes left on social media for the day. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably a good time to
wrap it up.
Yeah, but if you didn't get to hear the whole live, go back and watch it. It's up for, I think, 30 days on Facebook is what they leave it up for.
Yeah, and I think it goes on to YouTube after that.
It does.
Okay, you guys.
It's for marketing.
Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being mindful.
Hopefully you found some gems in the content.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Alrighty, bye.
Have a great weekend, everyone.